offense was largely slowed down after that, and the Panthers will be on defense to start the second half. LaMarcus Joyner coming out of his end zone. Joyner cut down just as he crosses up quickly and try to get the ball back and get a score. Now Winston, a little miscommunication in the backfield, but that'll fix it. Kenny Shaw's running free. Shaw into Pittsburgh territory and inside the
smaller windows.
Pressure coming on Winston. He dumps it out. Freeman's got blockers in front of him. Devontae Freeman's inside the 30, and they get...
It's outside. If they present themselves, it's just too easy.
Keep it on the ground. Freeman. Freeman into the secondary, still on his feet inside the 10. I've heard stories. Back to the ground. Devontae Freeman. He stood up. Good hit by Ray Van. And Freeman in the backfield now. Winston keeps it. It'll be third down and goal. From the 6-yard line of the Panthers. Jameis Winston. Flags flying. Winston still on his feet, and he'll go down. On at 21 officially. And Aguayo. He's money, and the great news for Ethan Fisher is that we saw him out on the field before the game, and right now he's an active young man, and is able to. Swiderski, who lost their son to Fanconi anemia. It's a rare blood disorder, if you're not familiar with it. Moved by the story of the Stevensons as well, and they're sharing this night. And Paul Chris deserves a lot of credit, too, for the two sides working together to raise a little awareness in this Labor Day night.
But they're really all about trying to make life as normal as possible for Ethan. Now, I talked to him before the game tonight, and he was telling me he's been working.
He's always involved with the Seminoles, see him a lot on the sidelines. Certainly our best wishes to him and his entire family. Fine young man.
Keep getting guys out in the routes.
That sweep, it's worked a couple of times. That's a terrific move by Tyler Boyd, the freshman, who they believe will be a big part of the first and 10. James Conner. Conner lowers his shoulder and gets down to 20. Second and 7, Savage. Tom's going to pull it down and run with it, and he'll dance out of bounds at the 20, finishing his career here with the Panthers. Pressure coming from the corner. Savage didn't see it in time, and he is sacked.
If they can't find defensive ends to do the job.
Christian Jones came off the edge. He lined up at defensive end and put pressure on Savage. A little bit of a miracle to get back in this one. Third and 29. Savage, and a tremendous grab by the sidelines, which put Chris Blewett in field goal range. And the freshman from Apple Picks, fortunately didn't have another one. Taking some sacks. Kickoff drives Joyner into the...
That'll be fun to watch.
Florida State keeps it on the ground. James, Hurricanes have high expectations for this year. Their arch rivals, Jameis Winston, running the option, and this time Jameis. Well, that's the first time Jameis is on Watch ESPN. J.J. Watt will be the guest with Keith Olbermann tonight, coming up in about half an hour. Jameis Winston to Kelvin Benjamin. He turned it loose, and the Seminoles are...
He's become more of the total package.
Back to the ground. James Wilder going toward the 20. 3-minute mark in the third quarter. Wilder continuing to spin. He's practiced and prepared himself. Winston keeps it after the fake. Throwing. There's his second incomplete pass of the night. For TCU and Texas Tech, I think David will be ready to go.
Yeah, he will.
Devontae Freeman is ready. Third down and 6. Winston throws it up, and it's incomplete. And Panthers for the years is that they stick to their preseason predictions. I think early in the season, first month, you ought to move teams around wildly based on what they do. Now, some of it has to be based on what you know about the team and your reservation about.
Just, before we get into it, I'm not a fan of ranking teams too early anyway.
Tim Jernigan makes the stop. That's the age-old debate.
Where they think they are at the start of the year, I think it's inconsistent.
Tom Savage trying to hit Bennett out of the backfield, and it goes off. It will put a quarterback in position to succeed. Paul Chryst does that extraordinarily well. He's Devin Street. That ball was just a little late.
Yeah.
Little punt for the Panthers. Kenny Shaw chased back to his 25. Shaw, a little juke move, looking for a seam. Found one. Gets a block from Ronald Darby and gets it into Pittsburgh territory. And it's the third teams to play for the national championship. Florida State really doesn't want to wait on the national championship. Winston stayed on his feet long enough to dump it out to Chad Abram. And Abram lost. And one of the main talking points from the opening weekend of college football is James Wilder is stopped for a loss of 1. It'll bring up Winston fires complete. First down, Rashad Green. Rashad Green's had a 100-yard receiving night. Winston converts. 1st and 10 for the Noles. Freeman. Down close to the 25-yard line. Now this pass is tonight, thrown for 335 yards. 3 touchdowns so far. And right there, he just got poor Christian Green buried.
Come in and develop a little bit, red shirt, sit. They want you to play well now.
Well, we're an instant society, and there's another completion to Nick O'Leary, who's caught 2 touchdown passes.
Here low.
Devontae Freeman.
I mean, Reese, if I was a redshirt freshman, or if I was a freshman, forget that. If I was a freshman playing quarterback and I was playing good penmanship.
The give to Abram inside, gets down close to the 10. Different, I don't think he runs as well as Charlie Ward did. Going to throw another touchdown pass to Nick O'Leary. 4th touchdown pass of the night. 5th touchdown accounted for by Jameis Winston. And your early Winston 25 of 27, 356 and 4 scores. And Danny Cannell's no longer the answer to a trivia. Larry Fitzgerald is the best college receiver I've ever seen.
Wow. That, you know what? It's hard to argue with that.
Brandon Felder tripped up at the 20 or just short of it. And here's why I think
double covered, you still force it to him because he could come down with it.
Larry Fitzgerald, I think, is the ultimate guy to have as a him play.
Yeah.
I don't know, all they're beside each other with Marino Dorsett and
pretty good offensive tackle.
Larry
too.
Fitzgerald, not bad at all. Devin Street, also a terrific receiver. Street's been here. Larry only played for a couple of years. On 5 o'clock Eastern time, as always, you can see it on the Watch ESPN app. Tom Savage is going to be sacked on 1st down. Timmy Jernigan was back there. Also,
it's difficult to find the rhythm and to improve.
it's Chris Casher applying pressure again. He was there early.
For scheme, when you keep having quarterbacks that stay 1 year and leave.
Savage about to get hit again, and he is. LaMarcus Joyner blitzing on the outside. I think as in time he played there, he was a natural fit and the perfect guy for Wisconsin. But Barry Alvarez had been very vocal in his support for Paul Chryst becoming a head coach. And Chryst showed great loyalty. Poker's in as Jameis Winston's night is done. They're going with Ryan Green. Ryan Green, a freshman running back.
Because it was a hype machine, and I would argue he did that tonight.
Coker's going to throw his first pass. He completes it out in the flat to Chad Abram. Now, one thing about Winston's his offense at St. Paul in Mobile in high school is a run-based offense.
Mr. Basketball in the state of Alabama. In big time.
Present company excluded, though, with you.
That's right. No, I'm loyal.
Punt, an onslaught of Florida State offense. Tom Savage going to show his arm strength. Devin Street's out there behind him, and Street, did he hold on? You bet he did. He has a 100-yard
left here and how athletic and talented you are, but what are the sacrifices that you had to make at this level?
As the season goes on, and I'm really excited with the direction we're going.
Selfishly, I come from Phoenix. My family's all Cardinals fans, so how's the team?
The guys, are lifelong, and seeing some of those guys today was really special.
Congratulations again. Thanks, Larry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Reese, we'll send it back up to you.
Are you kidding me? 4th down and goal. Tom Savage firing to the back of the end zone. That is, it's going to be incomplete. That was the Panthers last year. They were just that. They won 4 of their final 6. Ended up getting bowl eligible, making it to the BBV.
Threw a couple of nice balls tonight.
On the subject of fashion, I think we could help out Jameis in one area.
You're hating on the dress shirt. You didn't like the yellow dress shirt.
I'm not a fan.
Is it?
So on a night when he throws his first touchdown passes and he gets his first running touchdown, we're still looking for the first ball that he turns loose.
This thing forward. A lot of fans last year saw this team lose 11 draft picks. It was a school record. They lost 7 starters on defense to the NFL. They expect Florida State to get back to competing for national championships year in and year out.
So running back Ryan Green, and last year in beating